Hot topics, knowledge being spread. It's like warm butter across the bread. Smooth, I know you like that. Flow with the grain and don't fight that. You want righteous love, you found the right match. With Marty McFly, they on the right track.
Hey, welcome to Doni Jones Live. I am Donnie the Tree Lady, and yes, I am hanging out with that guy, Marty McFly, but we are doing a little something different today. You guys know that we love to get out in the community and show different areas of our communities that we serve, and while out in those communities, we like to highlight the people that are making a difference and making moves, and today is no different. Today on our show, we have an amazing lady that we just happened to run into and get a chance to know and found out her story. And I was like, oh my goodness, she just got to be on the show. Actually, Marty was the one that did that. So I would like to introduce you guys to a lady who is out there, who has a heart in the right place. Her mind is in the right place, and we're going to find out why. And her actions are in the right place. She is a woman that has committed her life to making a difference in the world. And she's doing that through entrepreneurship, but she's also doing that through yoga. And I want you guys to get a chance to meet her. I am talking about the wonderful young lady sitting right next to me. Her name is Alexandria Wilkins. Is that right?
Yes, Alexandria Wilkins.
I love it. I love it. Welcome to the show, Alexandria. Thank you, first of all, for doing this. Yes. We appreciate the opportunity to connect with people, especially young people like you that are out there doing their thing. So could you tell us a little bit about your story and get a little deeper into it?
Yeah, so I am, hello everyone, my name is Alexandria. I am the CEO and founder of 7 Sunflowers Lifestyle Wellness. And what we do is we basically teach yoga as a form of self-care to help reinforce self-love. We teach here at the Black Dot every Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. And basically our ultimate goal is to have a dual wellness and learning center where we highlight or where we bring the community together of different healers and different people that teach yoga, that teach meditation, and different outlets for people to come to and not only heal but also gain skill sets. So farming, agriculture, financial literacy, and things of that nature. So once again, it will be a dual wellness and learning center.
Love it, love it. And you know, what struck me, first of all, you're absolutely beautiful, but you have like this spirit about you. Like you seem very, very centered. And for me, it's been a struggle to get there. I mean, I'm there now, at least I believe I'm there now. But I do know that I went through my own struggles in life. And one of the struggles that I document, and I'm documenting right now, is my weight loss struggle. So when you told me about how you were doing yoga, I was like, a light bulb went up in my head because I just started doing yoga and doing it consistently, and I've been documenting my journey with my weight loss. So I see myself losing the weight, but since I've started doing yoga, it's like I just feel like something connected inside of me, you know? But I didn't get that until I'm at this age. But how did you get into yoga?
I first got into yoga back in college. It was an elective. It was an option to take it as an elective. And at the time, I wasn't so much familiar with yoga, but I wanted to, one, get off of campus, have the opportunity to leave campus during the day, but also
I got off campus, but it wasn't for yoga.
And
just saying.
And then the location was beautiful. I said, oh, well, you know, I'll just take the class.
Yeah.
And then 2 or 3 weeks in, I truly started to feel a difference in myself. I started to feel that mental liberation, that inner peace and harmony, just a different flow throughout my day-to-day life and managing my time. And as I was taking it, I said to myself, I will feel selfish if I kept this to myself. So to get deeper into that feeling or to really explore the history and the system of yoga, I went to a training school, basically yoga teacher training. And it was an 8-month program. I did that and I started teaching because my goal was to be educated enough so where I can take it back to my community and people that look like me for their healing because we all are entitled to healing. We all are entitled to that inner peace, harmony, and balance. So I wanted to take that and bring it.
Well, that's one of the things that I'm super passionate about is taking things back to the community that I know have helped me, whether it's financial literacy, whether it's entrepreneurship, whether it's me being focused on getting this weight off. Something in you got you to a place where you were like, this is what I want to do, and this is what I want to do for my community. Is there a certain event in your life that you were like, okay, something's got to change, or was it just kind of overall thing? How did you come to that decision?
Well, at the time before I got into yoga, I just moved to Philadelphia. I was there by myself, 19 years old, in North Philly. Finances were like, trying to find a job. And then at the time I had my own event planning business and working full time. So I was going to school, doing all this, and it was just a lot of chaos. And I noticed I was making mistakes, little hiccups in my day-to-day life, little issues. I'm just like, this is just like crazy. Just everything felt like it was everywhere. And I kind of felt like I was like kind of losing control of just my day-to-day. And so getting into yoga really changed that. Like I said, it brought me balance and it brought me that inner peace. So I think that transition from college into the real world, that moment right there is what kind of really pushed me to really want to get into yoga.
To share it with everybody.
And share, exactly. Because like I said, I'm like, this feeling that I'm experiencing through yoga, I need to take it back. There's other people that have to feel, that, should be able to feel like this as well. So,
well, for me, it's been interesting, this fitness journey that I've been on. I've had so many people tell me that, oh, well, you're at a good spot right now. Like, I've lost some weight, but if you all watch the show and you see it on, like, obviously a lot of you guys are listening to it on the radio or on the podcast, but if you jump over to YouTube and watch, you'll see that I'm still a curvy girl. But in my family, because I've lost some weight, they're like, oh, girl, you're fine just the way you are, and I'm like, it's not healthy to be carrying this much weight around. And I'm passionate about that we've got to start thinking about what we're putting in our bodies and what we do with our bodies. Do you see that there's a lot of trauma in our community and the way we react to things in our community that could be helped with yoga? And if so, can you give people tools that they could do now to help themselves?
Well, just a few things. Well, one of the things that I noticed when I first got into yoga, my family, we grew up Christian. We grew up in a Christian household. So when my sisters and siblings were like, what is that? Why are you doing that? Like,
all you need is Jesus.
And through my practice with yoga, I felt like I got closer with God, or I felt something that, I got more grounded and connected. So through yoga, there's that centering, there's that balance, there's that quiet time that we need, when we're quiet and we're still, we get the answers that we need. And ultimately, like, when we connect with ourselves, we can block out other people's egos, other issues. We don't allow people what they want to project on us. We kind of learn to block it off. So through yoga, I just feel like you really get to know thyself, connect with thyself, and there's just so many other healing aspects and benefits in. Also, just being for myself, I wanted to be a representation for other people to look at me and feel that they can heal or they can be a part of that healing journey. So that was important.
Well, I feel like you are that example. And for those of you that are just checking in with our show, we are talking to Alexandria Wilkins. She is an entrepreneur. She's a yoga instructor. And once again, as she mentioned, she does yoga here at Black Cultural Arts Center here in beautiful downtown Latonia. I did a little tongue twister there. But you guys, I want you to go online and check out Black Dot. But I also want you to be able to connect with Alexandria. What's a way people can get in contact with you to maybe find out about your class or to find you, on social media? What are ways people can connect with you?
Well, we are on the Black Dot website. If you click on Tuesdays, once again, the classes are there. But on social media, we are at 7 Sunflowers. Everywhere, and also my website is www.sunflowerslifestyle.com.
Love it.
And I forgot to mention, but I do have herbal blends. So for me, it's like
I know somebody's ears just perked up. Marty's back there going, did I hear herbal? No, just kidding. Go ahead.
So for me, I have a healing service.
Yes.
It was important that I had a healing product. So we blend different herbs, spices, leaves, and we create herbal teas. But we also have cold brews, which are made from the herbal blends, and we use everything organic because it's important that we keep the benefit of the herbs. We don't want to saturate it with sugars and things like that.
Absolutely.
No, you're going to get the full benefit of the herbs. So we do that as well. From face steams to yoni steams to help heal the womb and the woman.
Okay, Okay. All right, we're going to take a quick break, but I want to talk to you a little bit about that. How did you, real quickly, how did you get into the yoni stuff? Yoni, how do you say it again?
The yoni.
Yoni, okay.
Yoni. It just really depends.
Okay, for those of you that don't know what she's talking about, you got to go to YouTube and, it's down there. down there. Go ahead.
And with the herbal blends, ultimately, it can either cure an issue, whether you're a woman getting BV or yeast or anything like that, but it's also maintenance. You know, your body is your life vehicle. Keep up with the maintenance. That's one of our, you know, our slogans that we go with. And then for myself, to be completely transparent, I want to say in 2012 maybe, I was experiencing BV often. So one of the things I started to do was take away meats. You know, that was, you know, and I started to
go ahead and explain because, okay, you are enlightened and you're Zen, which I got to talk to you about that because I want to do a Zen power conference and I think that we could do something together. But there might be a term that you're using that our audience may not be familiar with. Could you explain what that terminology be?
Yes, bacteria vaginosis is what it's called, and it's basically, you can get it from anything from a female. You can get it from soaps, you can get it from partners, you can get it from the food you eat, which they won't tell you that though, because I went to a specialist.
It is the food,
and they didn't even tell me that. Yeah, and for me, I'm like, why am I getting this? And she's like, oh, you know, as Black women, you get it more, you experience.
But it's what we're eating.
And that's the one thing they did not tell me. I said, let me adjust my food. Let me adjust the chemicals and stuff that I'm putting into my body. And since then, that has helped. And using the Yanni seeds, once again, is more so for maintenance and keeping up month to month. You use it once a month, and there's different herbs in there that really help with that.
Do you use it before or after your cycle?
You can do either or. So I do recommend doing it after, just to help flush out and cleanse and pull out anything. But if you want to do it before, because it does help with cramps and all that stuff and pain in that area. So
you guys, women, especially women, I want you really to honestly go check out her website. Once again, her website, one more time, because we are suffering in our community and we're not talking about it. And that's why I love having people such as Alexandria on the show, because we get to open our mind to another way of doing things. Once again, before we take our quick break, tell them how to get into contact with you again.
So website is www.7sunflowerslifestyle.com.
7sunflowerslifestyle.com. Right?
Yep.
Perfect.
And on social media as well, 7 Sunflowers.
Okay. So like, share, subscribe. Go ahead and follow her on Instagram, wherever you can find her. Please support this beautiful young woman. We're going to take a quick break. You're listening to Doni Jones Live or watching Doni Jones Live, and we're going to take a quick break and be right back.
Love, you found the right match. With Marty McFly, they on the right track.
Hey, got a comment about the show? Give us a call at 1-888-349-DONNIE. That's 1-888-349-3664. Hey, write this number down. 1-888-470-VAST. That's 1-888-470-VAST. Have you ever thought about having a produced commercial for your next event? Your church anniversary, birthday, family reunion, or if you just need some production work done? VAST Productions can help. We're an audio video production house specializing in making your audio and video dreams come to life. Thinking about a family documentary or a church history story? Call us at 1-888-470-VAST. That's 1-888-470-8278. VAST Productions has over 20 years of production experience, and we're ready to work for you. To get started, just call 1-888-470-VAST. That's 1-888-470-VAST. That's 1-888-470-8278.
Hey, I'm Doni the Tree Lady, owner of Don's Tree Service and author of From Failure to Fabulous. From Failure to Fabulous is my opportunity to share with you my trials and tribulations of growing a tree service or growing a small business and making it successful by overcoming adversity, and also giving you some tidbits on what you can do on a day-to-day basis to achieve your dreams and be the best that you can be. And you can find us on Amazon. You can go to Doni Jones Live. Anywhere that books are sold, you should be able to find us.
Hey, this is Marty McFly, and real quick, I want to invite you to join me in ministry. Yeah, seriously, I want you to join me in ministry. It's called Turning Point. Log on to YouTube and type in Turning Point. You should see a picture of me pop up there, you know, me in my little robe doing my thing. But anyway, type in Turning Point, push play, check it out, and if you like it, subscribe. All right? And I hope it'll be a blessing to your life, too.
Welcome back to Doni Jones Live. We are having an exciting and enlightening conversation with Alexandria Wilkins of 7 Sunflowers Lifestyle. She is an amazing woman, guys, and we've been talking about entrepreneurship a little bit, but we've mostly been talking about yoga, healing, and things that you can do to help your body, mind, and spirit. And I wanted to jump back into that because you talked about how you can work on do steams and use different herbal things to help with your body, specifically your reproductive system. The reason why I want to touch on that is because I grew up Islamic. And even though that is not necessarily my faith right now, there was a whole lot that I learned in that culture, meaning you don't put certain things in your body. You don't adhere and listen to what's on TV about the best way to take care of your body as a woman. Yeah. And so we were embedded in the Islamic community, but we were also embedded in naturopathic things. Yeah. So as a young girl, I really didn't have a lot of problems with my periods. I never had a problem with my periods. I didn't have any issues until I became a young adult and I got out of my parents' house and I just ate whatever I wanted to eat, did whatever I wanted to do. And then I just got to a point where I was like, I didn't like dealing with cramps and bad periods and stuff. So I changed the way I ate. And so when people would hear me go, oh, I didn't even realize my period came and I had a little accident because I didn't realize, they're like, how do you not realize your period came? Because I just never had a problem with it. Yeah. It wasn't until I became more overweight and wasn't eating what I should have ate that I started having issues again. And once again, I just went back to changing what I ate. Can you speak to what some of the issues that women have that can be specifically attributed to food?
Well, specifically, I know one thing that I cut off immediately that was giving me, whether it was cramps or anything like that, was like the chicken, the hormones in that. And eating out, especially when you're not preparing your own food, you don't know exactly what they're putting in there. So you can get anything, like I said, from yeast to BV, bad cramps, things like that. And when I guess adjusted my diet and the way I was eating, my flow was on time every month. It was 5 days, it lasted. It wasn't extremely long. The pain, I wouldn't even know it was coming sometimes. I'm like, period cramps, what is that? I felt so bad for my friends and people that experience it because I'm like, I don't even experience those like that anymore. And you don't know I'm usually on my menstrual or monthly because my attitude doesn't change per se. And what you eat, often determines how your energy is, your mood, and all that stuff. So
that's so important. And I found that with dairy also. Yep. I mean, dairy is a major issue, and we don't talk about it in our community. First thing we want to do is go get a pill, or we want to, blame it on something else. And a lot of whether it's our attitude, whether it's the way we think, the way we handle our problems, that can be addressed through changing the way we eat. So we obviously can't fix this in one conversation, so I do want to have you back at a later date. But I really want you all as an audience to start thinking about what you put in your body. Start finding a more natural, holistic way to take care of yourself. Now, something else you mentioned that's important to you as far as your businesses are concerned was introducing people to a better concept as far as financial literacy is concerned. Can you speak to that a little bit?
Well, one of my goals with that is to really educate the Black and Brown community on financial literacy. And just for me, growing up with 8 siblings, my mother didn't always educate us on that, but it was probably because she wasn't as educated on it. So that scarcity mindset or not having a relationship with money, or at least a healthy relationship with money, can really, mess us up as adults. At some point in time, you have to take a hold of it. You can't blame your parents anymore. So it's just important that we are building financial wealth and, that legacy. When I think about building legacy and wealth for my family, I think about it for my nieces and my, and their kids and just future generations to come for my family.
I love that. And that's one of the things that we're big on in our show is talking about entrepreneurship, financial literacy,
and cash flow and Black and Brown communities.
All of that.
Because it doesn't stay long in our communities. It stays 6 hours in our communities.
And it leaves our community. What that means is you get your paycheck, and instead of putting some aside and investing in our community, which, by the way, I want to mention again that we are at Black Dot Cultural Arts Center here in beautiful Lithonia, Georgia. And so we want you to support businesses like this. But going back to our community and going back to financial literacy, as soon as most people get their paychecks, that money goes out of our community within 6 hours. It doesn't circulate, which means we're not building wealth. One of the things that I do as a Black-owned business is I specifically target our community for services, for team members. I mean, my whole administrative staff is African American. Now, a lot of my team members are Latino or of different races, but the people that run the day-to-day as far as the office and the, taking care of my clients, African American.
Yep.
And we've got to understand that there is Black excellence. There really is a thing such as Black excellence, and we've got to expect that from one another. And part of it is getting our finances right.
Generational wealth, and it's almost selfish not to want to think about the person that's coming up, whether it's your kid, whether it's your grandkid, or whether it's a future generation.
That's
whatever.
right.
It's a selfish choice to not to want to at least be educated or enlighten yourself on that.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, and it comes down to doing simple things like putting your money in the bank and not going to a check cashing place. Believe me, one of the reasons why I talk about this stuff is because I did these things. I've done it all. Bad debt, bankruptcy, bouncing checks, everything that you could think of to do wrong in a business or in your finances, I've done. So that's one of the reasons why I'm passionate about speaking about it, because I don't want to see people make the same stupid mistakes that I made. What are some keys that you would like to give people that they could do right now to start getting on the path to financial literacy?
Well, what I'm currently, the two new things that I'm doing is cryptocurrency, kind of investing in that. Using my money, not just saving it, but finding ways to invest my money. My mother's a broker, so I have to get into real estate. So getting into real estate, just finding little ways and outlets that I can use my money to help it make money. One of the industries that I recently got back into, which I won't be in for long, is serving. In waitressing, the money's fast. It's quick money, you can make it. Could you
speak to that? Okay.
It's good money, it's
good
quick money. But the
first
3 years that I was in it, it was like I was paying bills and spending. When I said I would be in it for a couple months, but with the plan. Let me take this money, save it, invest it. I don't want it, because once again, it's fast money and it's quick, and you can blow it quick.
But that also goes back to discipline. Teaching yourself discipline and making sure you're making good choices with your money. But I want to go back to the fact that you did say that you went into waitressing. I did waitressing. I did waitressing, and I made good money doing it. And people say all the time, well, there's no good jobs, or if you got a history, or you been a felon or something like that, you can't get a job. Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
But you have to change certain habits. I tell people simple stuff such as, okay, say you don't have the job that you want, right? But you need to make some money. If you honestly go into at least a decent, it may not be the most high end, but at least a decent restaurant where you can make good money, ask for a job. Tell them you're willing to serve. They might tell you certain things such as, okay, in order to have a job here, you're going to have to do something with your hair, or you may have to kind of clean up your act, or you may have to cover your tattoos, whatever it is. Temporarily do those things so that you can make a plan to get to the next level. There's opportunities out there, but sometimes we have to change to make those to take those opportunities. So I love that you mentioned that. I love that and then you've also got a bit. It sounds like you told me you've always had something on the side. You've been an entrepreneur since you were a baby. Talk about some of the things that you did. I know we're getting close to the close, but I just want people to see that they can do it, because you're living proof.
Well, when I was younger, I had probably a few businesses going. I had a babysitting business, I had a cleaning service, and these are all things that my mom, she really wanted to cultivate and help me enhance that and bring those things to life. So just now as an adult, I'm like, let me go back to what I know best. Let me, if entrepreneurship is for me, not only am I going to educate myself in every way possible that I can, but I'm going to really pour into that, whatever business it is. So that's basically what I'm doing now. I'm just going to continue to do it. I truly am. And for me, I educate myself on the financial aspect. I educate, even if I have to take a course, YouTube, whatever it is, I'm intentional about learning, because once again, it's selfish for me not to educate and learn those things. And I can't blame it on anybody else now, at this point. So.
Well, you're dropping bombs right now. I mean, seriously, these are nuggets that people need to hear. And I'm so thankful that you that you came on the show to share these things, because I think people always think it's those people out there that can do it. And you're living proof that anybody can do it, but you've got to be willing to do the work. So I want to thank you for coming on the show. Once again, I'm getting an opportunity right now to talk to Alexandria Wilkins. Tell people one more time how they can get in contact with you, and then we'll take a break. So on social media, Instagram and Facebook is 7sunflowers_,
and website www.7sunflowerslifestyle.com.
Wonderful. Alexandria, thank you so much for coming on the show. Thank you for gracing us with your presence. And I know that all those goals that you've set, you will accomplish them. I appreciate it. And once again, guys, thank you for watching our show, Doni Jones Live. And we'll see you next week.
Love, you found the right match. With Marty McFly, they on the right track.
Hey, you got a comment about the show? Give us a call at 1-888-349-DONNIE. That's 1-888-349-3664. Hey, write this number down. 1-888-470-VAST. That's 1-888-470-VAST. Have you ever thought about having a produced commercial for your next event? Your church anniversary, birthday, family reunion, or if you just need some production work done? VAST Productions can help. We're an audio video production house specializing in making your audio and video dreams come to life. Thinking about a family documentary or a church history story? Call us at 1-888-470-VAST. That's 1-888-470-8278. VAST Productions has over 20 years of production experience, and we're ready to work for you. To get started, just call 1-888-470-VAST. That's 1-888-470-VAST. That's 1-888-470-8278.
Hey, I'm Doni the Tree Lady, owner of Don's Tree Service and author of From Failure to Fabulous. From Failure to Fabulous is my opportunity to share with you my trials and tribulations of growing a tree service or growing a small business and making it successful by overcoming adversity, and also giving you some tidbits on what you can do on a day-to-day basis to achieve your dreams and be the best that you can be. And you can find us on Amazon. You can go to Doni Jones Live. Anywhere that books are sold, you should be able to find us.
Hey, this is Marty McFly, and real quick, I want to invite you to join me in ministry. Yeah, seriously, I want you to join me in ministry. It's called Turning Point. Log on to YouTube and type in Turning Point. You should see a picture of me pop up there, you know, me in my little robe doing my thing. But anyway, type in Turning Point, push play, check it out, and if you like it, subscribe. All right? And I hope it'll be a blessing to your life, too. Calling all Greeks, Masons, Eastern Stars. If you're looking for the most stylish paraphernalia, you need to make your way to Nubian Books. From t-shirts to sweaters, jackets to hats, and everything in between. Nubian Books also has a vast collection of urban comics, cards, calendars, and books from great African American authors. Nubian Books also handles special orders. If they don't already have it, they'll get it. Nubian Books, 1540 South Lake Parkway in Morrow, 678-422-6120.
Hi, I'm Doni the Tree Lady, owner of Don's Tree Service, and I just want to take a moment to say thank you. Thank you for giving us a chance to take care of your trees, Atlanta. And also I want to give you a chance to see the magic behind our company, and that's our people. Our people make the difference. So once again, thank you, Atlanta. Our number is 770-413-8733. That's 770-413-8733.